To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land, your land, your land, your land.
Lucid.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Explore the Mouse Podcast, a podcast by Disney lovers for Disney lovers. Come join us as we dive into the wonderful world of Disney.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Here is your host.
It's Casey.
And it's Eric.
Welcome to Explore the Mouse Podcast.
Welcome to another episode of the Explore the Mouse Podcast. Welcome, everyone.
Do you want to say welcome one more time?
Welcome.
Hey, guys.
So, we were trying to discuss recently about how do we come into this intro of the podcast now that we actually re-recorded our intro with us saying hello.
I think you should say, "Hey, guys."
Hey, guys. Yeah, it's one of those.
A little more casual about it.
I guess so. I don't know.
Or
we're just gonna make this episode awkward.
Or
what?
Hear me out. We could say welcome like 3 times.
I like that.
Welcome, guys.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyways, this is, I don't even know what episode this is off the top of my head. I think it's 27. 27.
Something, yeah.
It's 27.
Yeah.
It's 27, and we are talking, and this is actually a really cool one because we are going to be reviewing, not even just talking about, but we're going to be reviewing some restaurants.
Because we know you guys want our unsolicited opinion about things.
Especially when it comes to food.
Yeah, we could tell. We were getting that vibe, guys.
Yeah. So we're going to be reviewing 3 of our favorite restaurants at Disney Springs. Mm-hmm. But also, let's be more realistic, is that almost all of them are our favorite restaurants.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we love everything at Disney Springs.
But we decided to
maybe
pick...
except for Rainforest Cafe.
Well, yeah, that. And honestly, I do have to say, Planet Hollywood was not my favorite.
Oh, shut your mouth.
I wasn't a big fan.
Okay, goodbye. We'll have a whole episode where we talk about all the restaurants in Disney Springs.
But for this one at least, we picked 3 of our
favorites.
Basically our favorites, our must stops. Every time we're there, we have to go eat at these places. And we're talking about the Daily Poutine, mm-hmm. which is awesome, D-Luxe Burger, mm-hmm. and then my all-time favorite, the Polite Pig. I love the Polite Pig, and I've got mixed signals from different people before on their view of Polite Pig, but I don't care because I think it's an awesome place to go to. Yeah. So we're going to talk about it.
Well, we'll get to that.
But let's start with a little bit of Disney news.
Yeah. Well, first, actually, we should talk about Explore the Mouse news. Up on the website.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Up on a website, I did update our podcast schedule, which you can find at explorethemouth.com/podcast schedule.
So just has the next couple of weeks of podcasts, what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, I think it's up to the end of May 31st, I think is the last one it's up to, which is pretty cool.
Kind of gives you an idea
let me tell
of what
you,
we're going to be
I'm not going
about.
to tell you what we have planned because I want you to go check it out on explorethemouth.com. But we have some really awesome podcasts coming up, and there's one that I'm extremely excited about. Because it's something that I didn't even know of. I just did some research and I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
And I told Casey about it and she goes, wait a second.
Yeah, I
never knew
either.
that.
Yeah.
So, to leave you a little excitement, go check it out, explorethemouth.com. But actual now Disney news.
Yes.
So they just recently announced that the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway that is opening up in Hollywood Studios
mm-hmm.
is coming to Disneyland.
How awesome.
Yes, it's going to be opening up in Toontown.
Oh, that's very appropriate.
Oh, it's totally appropriate. It totally fits Toontown.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, what I think is Toontown. I didn't get to see Disneyland.
Eric doesn't know. He's never been to Toontown.
I've only seen Walt Disney World Toontown, but that was totally different than Disneyland Toontown is a lot bigger and more what do you say, interactive, I guess you could say.
Yeah, definitely interactive. Mm-hmm.
Where the Disney World Toontown they had, well, it wasn't too much. I mean, they had like Mickey and Minnie's house and then a couple roller coasters and stuff, and that was it.
Yeah.
Where Disneyland's Toontown is legitimately like a big giant
It could be its own. I mean, if you really wanted to make it into a kid park, you could make it the entire thing into
absolutely. But they are going to have a ride.
You could spend all day there.
I don't think that Toontown in Disneyland has any rides.
It actually does.
It does?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There's like a Roger Rabbit ride.
Oh, that's where the Roger Rabbit is.
And there's something else.
And if I'm acting surprised, it's because last time I was there at Disneyland, they had Toontown closed because of the construction of Galaxy's Edge. So I didn't get the chance to walk through there.
Gadget's Go Coaster is there too.
Oh, okay.
Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin.
I bet that. I wonder if it's going to take the replace of that.
I don't know.
Or if it's going to be a whole new ride.
I don't know. When's it opening?
2022.
Okay.
Which, by the way, if you guys were waiting for the fall of 2019 for it at Hollywood Studios in Orlando, sorry, but you have to wait till spring of 2020 now.
Womp womp.
Disney announced that it's going to be pushed back to spring of 2020. And honestly, I think it's okay. Because if that opened up in the fall of 2019 with Galaxy's Edge opening in August, I think it would be lost. So I think that ride definitely needs to open up a little bit later to let the hype of Galaxy's Edge come down a little bit.
Yeah.
So that ride can truly have its glory, because I think it is going to be a really cool ride.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. So go check that out at Disneyland in 2020 and Disney World in 2020, or 2022 in Disneyland, 2020 in Disney World.
What else we got?
So this is already out. So this is not like brand new news coming, but it just got released not too long ago. But Disney announced in all the Disney parks that they're releasing a line of Briar Rose clothing, and it's basically was it Princess Aurora, right? Yeah, Princess Aurora.
Briar Rose. Yeah.
It's basically like after that, and the sweatshirt that I saw was actually pretty cool. It was a kind of almost like a rose gold colored sweatshirt.
Yeah, I think that's the theme. That's
and
the
then
Briar rose gold.
And then it was Mickey Mouse, and then his shoes and his pants and everything was a really cool like shiny gold, which I thought was really cool looking. So when we're in Disney coming up, we're gonna find this stuff.
I'll be doing stories.
Yeah.
The whole time.
So check out
merch.
Check out Casey's Instagram, which is
at SC Disney Wife.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I'm at SC Disney Addict.
Yeah.
So you can go follow us there and check out everything, because I'm going to be doing some live videos from Magic Kingdom on my Instagram. So
we've got a lot of fun stuff planned while we're there.
Yeah, we're going to need like extra hands, because we're going to have to be pushing a stroller, and we'll have a camera and then another camera.
Which, by the way, guys, I didn't know we were going to Disney. We're going for Mother's Day, and Eric kind of ruined it, because like 2 weeks ago on the podcast, he was like, "Oh, when we go, blah 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 blah," and I was like, cool. And then after the episode, I was like, well, when are you going? Because I'm not going. And then he told me he booked a trip. So I had no idea.
I booked a trip to Disney World for Mother's Day. And yes, I did ruin it right here on the show. And as soon as I said it, if we had like video of this podcast, you guys would have seen it. I literally, I kind of stopped for a second and paused.
His eyes got really big.
Oh crap. Like I just gave it away.
I was like, oh, well, I guess we'll just roll with the punches. This fool thinks he's going to Disney.
And she did keep rolling with the punches and talked about, when we go to Disney. Yeah. And then finally at the end of it, she's like, "Were we going to Disney?" I was like,
no, I was like, when are you going?
Oh, that's right. When are you going? I was
anyways,
there's that. You have some Galaxy's Edge news.
I do. Okay, so in Disneyland, on May 2nd, they are releasing to the public the availability to grab a slot to go to Galaxy's Edge between May 28th and June 31st.
Okay, cool.
Right, so that's when it first opens. Yeah. You have to get a reservation to go. So that's happening on May 2nd. If you don't want to wait until May 2nd, because you're not guaranteed a reservation. It's just first come, first serve. Yeah. If you don't want to wait until May 2nd and you want to guarantee yourself a reservation, you can book a room at any of the Disneyland hotels, and then you're guaranteed a reservation at Galaxy's Edge. So also, if you already have a room booked between May 28th and June 31st, you've already gotten a reservation. You should be getting an email. You should check your email.
That's awesome.
But so the rooms are selling out super fast. I checked them this morning when I saw that the news was announced, and they're like booking like crazy.
Oh, I'm sure. And there's not that many hotels at Disneyland anyways. There's only 3.
Right. So they're like selling like crazy. So go ahead and check that out for sure. If you don't want to risk waiting till May 2nd, just book a room.
That's pretty cool. I'm actually happy Disney's doing that for Galaxy's Edge. I think it's cool. They haven't made any announcement on Walt Disney World at Hollywood Studios if they're going to do that or not. Work. Yeah, I agree. And they have till end of August anyways, August 29th. So I think
they're waiting to see how this is going to work for Disneyland.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see. And speaking of Disney World as well, August 29th, they're releasing the map on Disney Play for Galaxy's Edge. So because Galaxy's Edge is going to be extremely interactive, not even just in person but also like on the app. A little added fun stuff onto this, and I was telling Casey about this recently, is they just announced too is that at Galaxy's Edge you're going to be able to build your own droid. And this droid, you don't remember what I'm telling you about?
No.
Oh. I told Casey and she doesn't remember, but...
no. I think I feel like
you're going to be able to build your own droid, and as you walk through Galaxy's Edge, this droid is your personal droid that's going to be able to help you with little different tips and tricks and hints and
you did tell me
all this fun stuff with Black Spire Outpost, which is what Galaxy's Edge is called. Ooh, excuse me, I almost lost my voice there for a second.
I'm super excited, guys.
So it's going to be really cool.
Okay,
anyways, that's enough with the news.
Yeah.
Let's get to some food.
Let's start talking food.
We already ate, so we're good to go. We're not going to get super hungry.
I told Eric, I said we have to eat before this podcast, because if we don't, then you're getting into a car and driving all the way down to Disney to go get me some Daily Poutine.
So, speaking of Daily Poutine, let's talk about it.
Let's kick it off.
First off, what is poutine?
So if you're not familiar, and I don't know, I just make things up as I go. So I believe poutine is like a French-Canadian dish, or it's a French dish or a Canadian dish, but I think it's a French-Canadian dish.
It's Canadian.
Essentially, the basics are French fries in some sort.
Pommes frites.
Some kind of a brown gravy sauce. And then some kind of a cheese curd. I think traditionally it's French fries with a just a plain brown gravy and like white cheddar cheese curds.
That is correct.
Okay.
That is traditional way that everyone does it. Now, the cool thing that I love about Daily Poutine is that they take that and they do the traditional, but then they throw some loops in it too.
Yeah. So they take like the basics of quote unquote starch, a gravy, and then some kind of a cheesy topping.
So we're going to talk about what their actual menu is, and then Casey and I have actually tasted some specials that they've had.
Yeah. They often run specials. They're not running one right now, or at least I can't find it.
I looked everywhere.
I even looked on Disney Food Blog, and I couldn't find
I don't see anything, so I don't think
feel like every time we're there, there's always a special going on. Yeah, but we usually do go around the holidays. Well, like around some sort of a holiday.
Definitely have specials on the holidays, but I really thought that they had specials like throughout the year too, and maybe just currently they don't because there's nothing going on. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't do an Easter one.
Oh God,
poutine with Peeps, like.
And I love Peeps, but that sounds so disgusting.
Oh, jeez. Anyways, if you go to Daily Poutine, they have 4 poutines that are always on their menu.
Yes.
They never change. They're always there.
And we've tried them all.
And that's the classic one that Casey was talking to you about that has French fries, beef gravy, and then cheddar curds.
Yeah, they're not white cheddar, but they're cheddar.
They're white cheddar.
No, I think they're just...
No, look at the picture. They're white cheddar.
Well, all of them look the same when they're fried. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah,
they're white cheddar.
Okay. I'm a liar.
They have the Latin poutine, which I think the Latin poutine is very interesting. Only reason why is because they don't use French fries, but they use fried yuca.
That's why I said, quote, unquote, your fries or your starch.
And
they make it a little different.
Not sure if anyone has ever had yuca before, but yuca's delicious.
It's yum.
Casey and I had fried yuca fries in the Grand Caymans, and that was the first time ever having yuca, and it was amazing. So they have a Latin poutine, which is fried yuca, black beans, pulled pork, and then a queso fresco. I'm going to be honest with you, that's the only one I've never tried.
No, we've had it before.
Did we try the yuca?
Yeah, we've had it before.
When? Oh, that's right. We tried that when they first opened.
Yeah.
So when they first opened, Casey and I talked about going down there because we were like, okay.
We went down there just for Daily Poutine. Like, that's what prompted the trip.
Yeah, well, then that and the other several restaurants that just opened because they just opened the marketplace right around that time. Mm-hmm. And so we went down there because they opened up the marketplace, and we really wanted to see everything that was around there. So we said, let's make a day trip. We'll spend the night in a hotel, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
So we went down there like literally right after they opened. That's right, we did try that. So we have tried them all. The other one that I've tried I really love this one. It's the Italian one, which is French fries, fresh mozzarella cheese, and like a bolognese sauce.
Yeah.
Casey's not too much into this because she's not a meat
person.
sauce type of person. But if you guys love like bolognese meat sauce, you would love this. But I think by far the best one that they have is the French poutine.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Even out of all the specials that we've tried, the French poutine is still by far my favorite one because
Tell them what's in it, Alex.
Thanks, Vanna. Oh, yeah.
Did I say the right person?
No.
I don't know. I don't watch any of this.
You said Alex Trebek.
Oh, well, I started it.
I forgot who. Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, tell them what's in it.
Tell them what's in it. It's French fries topped with a mushroom cream sauce and Gruyere cheese.
Oh, God.
The Gruyere alone makes this thing the best.
It's so good, you guys.
I don't want to go too in detail because Casey is probably going to hate it because she can't eat it.
I'm dairy-free right now.
So that just really stinks because everything is cheese at this place. Oh. If not, you're literally just having French fries with gravy, which is disco. I know that has cheese on it too. That's from Jersey, disco fries. But yeah, but the French poutine is by far the best. But like I said, they do some specials too.
Right.
During Oktoberfest, they did an Oktoberfest one, which was great. It had bits of bratwurst. What was it? Sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut and a beer gravy.
A Guinness. It was a Guinness gravy.
Guinness gravy.
Oh my God, was that
and
one
French
good?
Fries.
That one was amazing. And
I
then,
didn't love that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you're not. Well, you like bratwurst and stuff, but you're not like the biggest fan.
I don't know. I think I compare them all to the French poutine, and I love the French poutine. So. And
the French one is good. And the problem is you can't compare them. Now, the one that I didn't like was the Thanksgiving one they did. They had turkey, gravy, and cranberry sauce.
Cranberry. We didn't love that one.
I was not a fan of that one at all.
Actually, I don't even think we finished it.
No.
Usually when we go, we get 2, sometimes 3, and we just sit there and
not at all
them.
one time though. Something like we'll check. We'll go to the Daily Poutine like probably 3 or 4 times before we leave Disney.
Oh yeah, we take multiple trips
because we go and try all the different ones. Especially
it's also
that
like
new stuff,
right outside of World of Disney, so
and right across from Armorettes.
Yeah, so we kind of just hang out there.
So good.
It's kind of like our area.
But it's really good. And
so
then,
they also, you want to talk about beverages?
Yep, I was just about to talk about them. You can get like your alcoholic stuff is you get your Canadian Pilsner, Labatt Blue, which it's Canadian poutine.
You gotta have it when you have a poutine.
And then they have something called the Fireball Sangria, which is basically just a sangria mix, a red sangria mixed with Fireball cinnamon whiskey. I have a allergy to Fireball. AKA, I just can't drink that stuff anymore. So I will not be trying that because Fireball I can't do. But if for people that don't want to have alcoholic beverages, they also have a watermelon lemonade.
It's really good. The watermelon lemonade is really good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And you're not a lemonade person either.
No,
so.
I'm not. But it's really good.
And then they have all your typical Coke products and Dasani bottled water. But definitely check out Daily Poutine. It is
also, we didn't
so
mention,
good.
But it's like a quick service cart.
Oh, yeah. You could use your credits on it.
Yeah, so that's always helpful, too. So you just walk up to the counter, order it, and you could go walk around with it. It's not a sit-down kind of place. They do have tables and chairs outside. It is outside. They have tables and chairs like next to it, but you don't necessarily. It's not a sit-down restaurant. So I just feel like putting that in there. It's just a quick service counter. Walk up, grab it, and walk away.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's talk about D-Luxe.
Yes.
Because D-Luxe Burger is we actually for the longest time we passed D-Luxe Burger, and we didn't really ever go in there, you know, because we had our normal places, and there was one time, actually our last visit, visit before that, we met up with your cousin down there.
Yes.
And she said, have you ever been there? We said, no, we've always passed it and wanted to. So we went to D-Luxe Burger, and I'm so glad that she...
It was the last visit, by the way.
Was it last visit?
Pregnant.
I'm glad that she dragged us in there.
She dragged us, you guys, because I was like, no, I don't want to eat burgers and fries.
Well, here's the thing.
Eric doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, because when she said, where do you guys want to go eat? We started naming all these places that we normally go to.
Right.
And she said, well, have you ever been to D-Luxe Burger? And we said, no, we've been wanting to, but we always go to these other places. So we went to D-Luxe Burger.
Well, shout out to you, Jessica. I know you're listening to this. Thank
Yes.
you for introducing us to D-Luxe Burger because it's now on our list of our favorite places.
Oh, it is, and it's so good. And by the way, Jessica is the one that also corrects us on our.
Oh, because she, we can't pronounce anything correctly, so she knows.
She will always call us out on that.
She knows. Well, good because she knows.
I think one of the thing that I love the best about D-Luxe Burgers, I mean, the burgers are really good. Obviously, you're not going to be called yourself a burger place, but I love the fact that they have freshly cut French fries, which I'm a giant fan of fresh cut French fries, but they're homemade dipping sauces.
Oh my goodness.
They have like a little bar area where you can go and get like pump your own sauces,
really
and they're all homemade.
And we're not just talking like ketchup and mayo and mustard.
no.
We're talking like
Buffalo
garlic
ranch,
aioli,
garlic
buffalo
aioli.
ranch.
It's
Yeah,
so good.
so many good sauces, and I'm a sauce person.
They also do have breakfast too, which I think is kind of a fun thing.
Yeah, we might have to check it out when we're down there.
Yeah, and when I talk about breakfast, I mean it's not your normal breakfast. It's not your classic breakfast. We haven't tried it, but I am going to talk about the menu real quick. I'm going to run through it. They do a classic breakfast burger, which I'm a huge fan of. I don't know if you remember, this is years ago, but Burger King tried doing a breakfast sandwich for a while, a breakfast burger that had like fried egg and all that stuff on it. It was delicious.
Okay.
But D-Luxe brings it one step further, and they have a burger with cheddar, bacon, egg, and hash browns on the actual roll itself. They also do a crispy chicken biscuit that comes with honey butter, chipotle mayonnaise, with pickles on a cheddar biscuit.
Shut up. That sounds so good.
They have an egg white frittata sandwich, El Diablo breakfast burger, breakfast sandwich, and then a bunch of other little things too, which I think is really cool, including French cut fries with sausage gravy.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I know, doesn't it? And then they also have one that has a béarnaise sauce, which I don't know if you've ever had a béarnaise sauce or not, but...
Shut your mouth.
What, you like béarnaise sauce?
Oh my god, I hate you.
What?
Dude, have you ever met me?
Well, that's true.
If it's a sauce, I've had it.
Well, that's true. I never thought about that.
Okay, so let's we'll have to check out. Wow,
Yes.
We'll have to check out breakfast while we're down there. Let's talk about lunch and dinner though, because we've had a couple things from the menu.
Yes, we definitely did, which is awesome. I am going to talk about a couple limited time offerings they have.
Okay.
Because they are one of those restaurants that do limited time stuff, which I think is awesome.
Let's hear it.
Currently, they have a Caribbean burger, which is your sausage patty, a coyote slaw, Scotch bonnet pepper aioli, which no thanks. I can't do spicy.
I'm in.
I'm excited because they have a fried plantain and lettuce and tomato, which is really cool. And then they have an orange cream gelato shake, which is really cool. And
I
then
don't know
they
why I
have,
said ooh. I don't like orange cream.
And then they have tostones, which is basically just deep fried plantains,
Yum.
which is really cool.
That sounds good.
So, but their actual burgers itself, what burger did you get? Do you remember?
I got the buffalo chicken sandwich.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
because anytime it has buffalo sauce on it, I'm there. I'm your girl.
Yeah.
You put buffalo sauce on it, and I'm gonna eat it.
And I did the Southern burger. Is the one that I did.
Yes.
And so let's talk about the ones that we ate real quick, and then we could kind of, I guess just say critique them. Mine was topped with fried green tomatoes, pimento cheese, lettuce, grilled onions, and bacon. And let me tell you, when I think of a burger, I think of like a well-rounded burger. Like every single component of it has to be good.
Right.
And the one thing that drew me to D-Luxe Burger was the fact that everything from their bun to their sauces was amazing. Mm-hmm. And I'll be honest, I didn't even use any sauces on the actual burger itself.
No, we just used it for French fries.
Oh yeah, like I sat there and I wanted to. I got a sauce. I can't remember which one. I think it was like a barbecue ranch or something.
I don't remember.
But I remember I got a sauce to put on the burger, and I took my first bite, and I'm like, this is perfect. I don't want to touch it. It was just so good.
Oh,
and
here's the sauces right here. 3 mustard and honey, garlic ranch. That must have been it.
That's what the garlic
Curry
ranch.
ketchup, chipotle mayo, horseradish, and buffalo.
Okay, so maybe I mixed 2 of them together, because I thought I had a barbecue ranch or something I did. Maybe it was the garlic ranch.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
I can't remember. But yeah, I do remember. Well, we did have the garlic ranch because I remember we split that. But man, that was really good. Your chicken sandwich was really good.
It was delicious. The size of the chicken was great. It wasn't like a chicken, You know those like middle school chicken patties, you know, from the like cafeteria. It was not one of those. It was like a full chicken breast, fried, a really great amount of sauce on the burger, which
blue
was
cheese
nice.
crumbles.
The blue cheese. It was really good.
Which at that point too, the blue cheese crumbles were like starting to melt because of how hot the chicken was. It was just, I remember having a bite of it, and it was just
and it was so
good.
well fried that it wasn't like the coating came off or it was too thick. It was like perfectly fried for a sandwich.
And then they also have they have a barbecue burger, which is like fried onion rings, smoked Gouda, bacon, barbecue sauce. The El Diablo burger, I was gonna get that, and then I
know that looks so good.
And then I reminded myself that I can't do spice.
Well, I think I might do that next time. The burger patties mixed with chorizo.
Yes.
Which I'm a big fan of chorizo. So. It also has fried banana peppers, pepper jack cheese, lettuce, tomato, grilled onions, and chipotle mayo, which sounds really good.
And then they got your classic, and then for the vegans or vegetarians, they have your veggie burger.
Yes.
Which I guess this is more vegetarian because they have tzatziki sauce on it, so it won't be vegan. But I'm sure you can get it vegan if you didn't want the sauce. But the prices aren't bad either, which is what I was impressed about. The prices range from about $10.50 all the way to $13.50.
Well, and they also have a couple, they call them duos, which are, it's like for two people. So you essentially get 2 burgers, a thing of french fries, and like 2 beverages. It depends on what you get because there's a couple different tiers.
Yeah.
So if you're just getting plain cheeseburgers, it's a little cheaper. If you're going to get 2 kind of deluxe cheeseburgers, then you get the higher priced one. But that's a nice option too.
Oh, yeah.
If you're both going in and you just want to split fries and have 2 drinks and 2 burgers, you can do that, and it's really nice.
I think it was we actually considered doing that. The only reason we didn't is because the buffalo chicken sandwich wasn't offered at any of them. So
I was being difficult. Sorry.
Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, the fact of the matter is that I wanted you to get what you wanted, because it was a good sandwich. That buffalo chicken is amazing, and if there's, I don't think this has ever been like something we put out there, but Casey and I are huge. Like, we love buffalo chicken.
I just said it. You put buffalo on it, and I'm a girl.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did say that. I'm talking about just in general. Like, we love buffalo wings, everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
So we like really judge buffalo chicken sandwiches when it comes to it.
If there's not enough sauce, I'm done. Yeah. I'm not coming back.
And the chicken has to be like real.
Skip me on that sauce. Oof.
Ugh.
Anyways, so let's talk about, they also have some shakes.
Yes. And they're known for...
We didn't get to try the shakes, but we will definitely be trying them next time. They have a vanilla shake, a chocolate shake, a s'mores shake, cake shake, cookies and cream shake, and a salted caramel gelato shake. I don't know. Well, I just realized I can't try. You're gonna have to try them.
That's right. But here's the thing about their shakes too, is their shakes are not like a normal shake where it's like a soft serve ice cream.
Right.
Everything is gelato. Mm-hmm. Which I think is really cool.
Like smoother.
Which I love gelato, and it's so good. So I'll definitely have to try one. Hopefully that orange one's still there because I love creamsicles. So I think that would be a perfect one for me.
No, I think you might need to try the smoked bourbon gelato shake because it's an alcoholic shake. I don't know if you saw those.
I'm going to have to try that.
They also have a vanilla porter shake and a Godiva chocolate and strawberry malt gelato shake.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So before
they also serve beer there.
Oh, they do serve beer. I forgot.
Mm-hmm. Yep, serve beer. And some wine. Chardonnay and Cabernet Sauvignon. So
now the big thing, and this is before we move on because we always have to talk about this, but the big thing is, and I've told everyone about this before, is that if you do your mobile ordering,
yes,
almost every place has a secret menu that you only can get if you mobile order.
Yes.
D-Luxe is one of them, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to kind of run through the list real quick just to kind of show you, because this is something that you can't get at the store or restaurant. You have to order online.
Right.
You can get a bacon blue burger, which is just as it sounds, bacon, blue cheese. You can get a BLT sandwich, chicken nuggets. Now, here's the interesting part about it. It's not just chicken nuggets.
I was going to say, those are on the kids' menu.
It's donut breaded chicken nuggets.
Well, that's a little different. That sounds delicious.
They don't go in detail about what it is, but the only thing
you don't have to.
The only thing I could,
it's just.
I know, but the only thing I could think of is maybe they just take like a cake donut and they crumble it up, and that's what they put the chicken in. That's the only thing I could think of.
Can't you? I was just thinking of like the donut batter.
Oh, you're thinking of a wet batter. Okay, I'm thinking of more like chicken that is like dry tossed. But I see what you're saying. Almost kind of like a tempura batter of donut.
We might have to try it.
We definitely do, and especially because it's mobile order, we can just get it to go.
Yeah.
They have a grilled cheese sandwich. Onion rings. Now, this is where I think it's really cool, and Casey is probably going to hate when I read this, but Only on their secret menu mobile is...
I already saw it. I know you're
Oh, you did? You can get fresh cut French fries, tossed in beer cheese, bacon, chopped chives, topped with garlic ranch and jalapenos. Casey is staring at me right now with the biggest disgusted face I've ever seen in my life. And then another thing they have is they have a strawberry shortcake gelato shake that you only can get on the secret menu. So check that out. And that's the thing, too, is when you go to these places at Disney Springs or even just Disney in general, don't always just walk up and just order whatever on the menu.
Yeah.
Look ahead and plan ahead because, like, those French fries tossed in beer cheese, I will happily get a to-go order and go sit somewhere in, like, Disney Springs and eat that.
You can do mobile order and still sit down at the restaurant.
Oh, you can?
You do know that, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So that's right. They have that
this
little...
is not a sit-down service restaurant. Like, you don't have a server that comes to your table.
No, you walk up to a counter.
This is what they call fast casual dining.
Yeah.
So you go up to the counter, much like you would at Daily Poutine, except then you go and sit at a table, and you get a buzzer. You come up and pick your food up, and you go sit down. They do have people that can bus tables and might offer to refill your drink or bring you napkins and utensils. You don't have a server, so you're not tipping a server. So this is what they call fast casual dining. So with mobile order, yes, you can. You do mobile order. You go straight to the counter to pick it up, or they often, like busy times, they don't usually do mobile order during peak hours, but if it's a little busier, they set up an area for your mobile pickup. Yeah,
that's right.
And then you just go sit down at a table. So yes, you don't have to go sit down somewhere else.
Well, now that you say that, like I have to get refreshed sometimes, and I do remember that while we were getting our sauces and drinks and stuff. I do remember there was a window that was a quick pickup that you could just go and pick it up. I did forget that. So
So,
awesome.
but also be careful with mobile pickup, mobile ordering though, because they do shut it off at peak times. So if you're thinking you want to eat lunch around lunchtime, you're not going to be able to do that mobile ordering.
Yeah.
So go ahead and put your order in earlier. And just eat a little earlier, which we often don't eat at peak times anyways, because I never want to wait in a line. I don't want to fight for a table.
Lines suck.
Yeah. So we eat several, you guys know this from listening. Yeah. We eat several times throughout the day, and we eat at different times, not peak times. So just keep that in mind if you want to do mobile ordering. All right, let's talk about the next.
Let's talk about one of the, I would say it's probably one of the biggest, not mistakes, but one of the biggest, like, we fell upon restaurants, and that's the Polite Pig.
Yes.
The first time that we went to Disney Springs after they opened the marketplace, which, like I said, was pretty much right after they opened it.
Yeah, we went very quickly after they opened it.
I mean, like, within a week, I think, we were down there, and that's where we went down for poutine.
Yes.
Which is the main reason we went.
Yeah.
And, well, we were coming down the elevator, or the escalator for the Lime Garage, and we were talking about where we get something to eat, and we turned right to go to poutine, and I'm like, wait, what's this place?
Yeah.
This looks really, really good.
We could just smell it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can smell it coming down the escalator. You smell it.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So we decided, we looked at the menu real quick, and we said, you know what, let's give this place a shot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm totally down. So we went in, and the cool thing I like about it is, like you were saying, it's kind of like that quick service sit down.
Yeah, this is the same thing. It's a fast service.
You get in the line, and you snake through. You pick what you want off the menu. And the cool thing that I loved, and we did this, is we got a pitcher of beer.
Yes.
Because as soon as you get to Disney, you have to have a drink. But we got like a pitcher of beer, and the cool thing is that it's all local Florida beers.
Yes.
On tap. And it was just amazing. Not even just the beer, just the whole experience. The staff was awesome.
Yeah.
And some of this might sound repetitive because we have talked about this little bits and pieces here and there when we talked about Disney Springs. But the staff was just really, really awesome. Yeah. And very helpful.
They're very, very informative too.
Oh,
like
yeah.
we sat down at a table, but we did go and walk over to their bar is set up. It's an indoor-outdoor bar. So It's like a circle, and half of it's outdoors, half of it's indoors. We did go over to the bar and ask the bartender for a recommendation because we don't often agree on beers. We don't always love the same thing. So we kind of said, hey, he likes an IPA. I like a Hefeweizen. What would you recommend? And he went over every single beer with us, let us taste some, and we finally settled on one that we felt was like a really good compromise.
Do you remember it?
So, no. But it was good. But he was very informative, is what I'm saying. So he was like knowledgeable in what they had to offer.
I remember just because I wrote it down because I loved it that much. It was from Cigar City Brewery.
Oh, I do.
And we did
that's not Florida.
Cigar City's Florida.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, they are. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
It was Cigar City Florida Cracker, and it was a light citrus white ale.
Yes. Yep.
That's what we had. And I just remember because I remember tasting it, and I was like, this is so good. So I wrote it down, which I normally do when it comes to beers. But anyways, let's talk about some of the food because their food is amazing. They have a shareable menu, which I think is awesome. They have a salt pretzel with beer cheese fondue and an IPA mustard. Now, we didn't do any of the appetizers.
We didn't know because we were headed to Daily Poutine.
Yeah.
So we just did entrees.
Yeah, we just did some entrees, but we do plan on every time we go back to try some of this stuff. And it's hard right now, especially with the cheese, because you can't do cheese. But.
Yeah, but now we usually go and we just sit at the bar outdoors, and we order a drink and maybe like an appetizer. So
they got polite... It's called Polite Rub Chicken Wings, burnt end barbecue meatballs, sliders. They have a bunch of salads as well. I'm not going to go there for salad. I'm going to be straight honest with you. But but the smoker is where I really went because I love barbecue. Absolutely love barbecue. It is just one of my favorite things. You got a sandwich. We both got a sandwich, though, I think. I got... which is the best of both worlds.
Well, so let's just do a quick rundown of the menu.
Okay.
And then we can say, oh, that's the one I got.
So from the smoker...
This is a fairly large menu.
It is. From the smoker, you can get pretty much everything you would get from a barbecue place. Chicken, they got salmon, pork shoulder, prime brisket, baby back ribs. They have something barbecue cheddar sausage, which is a bourbon glazed cheddar sausage, served with jalapeno cornbread, slaw. And then you get to choose a side. They had smoked turkey breast, and then they have a butcher board for $2, which actually is a really good price.
Pretty good deal, yeah.
It's $40.
But it's for two.
It's for two people.
Yeah.
It gives you pork shoulder, smoked chicken, brisket, and barbecue cheddar sausage. And then it comes with a bunch of sides that you guys can split. And then if you wanted to add like ribs, it's like $6.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad menu.
Well, that's just their smoker menu. Then they have their sandwiches. They have a smoked turkey BLT. They have the Southern Pig, which is what I got, which was pulled pork, fennel apple slaw, tangy mustard barbecue, and Duke's mayo served with a pickle spear. Yeah. They have a smoked chicken salad sandwich, low and slow brisket sandwich, and a fried chicken sandwich. Then they have all these sides: tomato and watermelon salad, roasted beets, barbecue cauliflower. I'm going to skip that one because we'll go back to that one. Grilled street corn, sweet potato tots, barbecue waffle fries, southern potato salad. I'm not done yet. Mac and cheese, polite baked beans, side Caesar, and a seasonal salad. The last thing is the crispy Brussels sprouts with a whiskey caramel sauce.
So,
guys.
Okay, let me preface this with, when I mentioned the staff was amazing.
Yes.
This is why the staff was amazing.
One of the reasons. When we already got our food, the girl that was our server came up to us. And by the way, when you go there, they also have a little sauce bar where you can go get your own sauces or whatever. Yep. And we were still kind of like new, and we're like, whoa, what is everything here? We didn't know how it worked. Yeah.
Well, she came over and she was like, oh, can I get you any sauces over there? I was like, oh, I can get it. I didn't realize it was a self-serve. She's like, nope, I got you. What do you I'll bring you one of everything.
Yeah.
And then we started talking a little bit more, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't see you guys at Brussels sprouts on the menu. I'm like, oh, I got to get those next time. And she goes, those things are like my favorite. Well, then she goes into the back, and maybe like 5 minutes later, she comes back out with what she called was a tasting.
Yeah, it was essentially a serving.
It was it was essentially like a serving. Yeah. And then when I asked her, she was like, oh, this is only like a third of like what the serving size is. I was like, whoa. But she brought a really good size out and was like, here, this is on the house for you guys can try. And let me tell you, I instantly fell in love with fried Brussels sprouts.
They were now we eat Brussels sprouts a lot, but we don't make them fried because we don't have a fryer at home.
I wish we did now.
They were so crispy, but also melt in your mouth, and that bourbon caramel sauce on them. It's like so unfair
sweet
to even call it a caramel sauce. Yeah, because it's not how it
was more like a cream,
vinaigrette-y. Yeah. It's just they were so good. They were delicious. Next time we go, we'll probably just order those and just a pitcher of beer.
Yeah. Totally.
Because we've tried most of the entrees on the menu at this point, and I feel like now we're kind of just going to do appetizers.
I honestly think that like right there would be just an amazing little snack. The Brussels sprouts, maybe a little plate of their wings, and then a pitcher of beer.
Yeah.
Hands down, perfect snack. One thing that we jumped over was what I had there. So you had
I forgot.
had the Southern Pig, which, let me tell you, when I tasted the Southern Pig, I was jealous that I didn't order it.
I will. I'll have to throw up a picture of this in my stories on Wednesday.
And I
Maybe
have
it
some
on my
pictures
page,
too,
in case people watch it later.
but I did the fried chicken.
It was so pretty. Oh yeah, you did. I forgot about that.
I did the fried chicken sandwich because it looked really good and it was simple. It was just a fried chicken sandwich with mayo, pickles, and
like coleslaw.
And coleslaw, yeah.
Yeah.
And the pickles were like homemade pickled. Like they weren't like out of a jar. You can tell that there's 5-gallon buckets of pickles in the back that they're making like from scratch. But like I said, Polite Pig is probably one of my favorite. Now, where I'm going to want to, this is kind of where they stand out from other restaurants to me, is they do a ton of small batch cocktails. If you go there,
aside from their large beer menu.
Oh yeah, they have a huge, like,
their beer list is huge.
You would think that, like,
for a Disney restaurant.
Oh, absolutely.
Because most of the time it's like, here's our one lager, here's our ale, and here's a red wine. This has a really large beer menu.
Yeah, it's probably the largest until that place opens up under NBA Experience, because that place, I think, is an actual, like, on-tap brewery. But as for, like, the Polite Pig, though, the cool thing that I loved is that they have a ton of bourbons and whiskeys. Mm-hmm. The whole top of their bar, like, I think it was just inside, I think it was. Or no, I think it was outside, too. But the whole top of the bar was just lined with different whiskeys and bourbons from all over the place. Mm-hmm. And their small batch cocktails, to me, I would put them up against some of the best cocktails that you would find at any of the top restaurants across the world. They were unbelievable. And I remember one time we stopped there, I did try one of the cocktails because I just had to try. I wish I would have remembered exactly which one I tried, because it's bugging me that I can't give the true critique on it. But
I'm trying to look up.
It was amazing. Now, like I said, they do have the bourbon bar, and their bourbon prices run kind of cheap. Too expensive. You're looking at like $9 all the way to.
I'm literally sitting here trying to count them right now, and I can't.
Well, it's hard to, because they have the bourbon bar.
I'm looking at like 50 different.
Well, it's hard. It's hard because they have the bourbon bar.
Yeah.
They have the rye bar.
Yeah.
They have the reserve bar, which your reserve.
I was just trying to count them all together, and I can't.
They have a $185 drink if you go get it. It's called the Horse Soldier Reserve Select Whiskey, or bourbon.
Yeah.
And I will never have the money to really ever get that, so I don't know. But the cool thing is that this is another reason I like them, is that they do whiskey flights. So if you're there, and everyone knows barbecue and bourbon do go together really well.
Yes.
They do a whiskey flight, which is really cool. Including one called the Florida Flight, which is actually bourbon from all different places in Florida, and it's only $26. Or you can get one called the Three Little Pigs for $51, and I've actually heard of this, and I've never tried it because it is a very expensive whiskey, but it's called the Whistle Pig.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I'm a huge whiskey bourbon. Hey, I'm hitting Mike
that
today.
Wasn't me.
I love bourbons. I love whiskeys, and I've heard about Whistle Pig, but a bottle of it is like $200 or something like, and it's crazy. Yeah, it's like $150, $200.
So a flight's a good place to try it.
Because if you wanted to and you have the money to spend $51, you can try their 3 biggest ones, including, I think it was a 10-year, a 12-year, and what they call the farm stock. So check out the Polite Pig when you're there.
Well, real quick, can we go back to the small batch cocktails? Because you just said they were great and you didn't talk about it.
I know.
So I'm going to list them off real quick, and I'll tell you which one I had.
Okay, go
So
for
there's
it.
the Bee's Knees, which is a London dry gin, honey and lemon. Polite Sangria, which we all know what sangria is. I had the Grapefruit Margarita, which was tequila, citrus, and grapefruit liqueur. Mm-hmm. There's a vodka lemonade, a Moscow Mule, rum and Coke, Polite Punch, which is light rum, whiskey, passion fruit, lime, and bitters. They have a sweet tea old fashioned, a barrel-aged Manhattan, and then a seasonal slushy drink, whatever they're putting on at the moment. I think in October it was some kind of spiced something or other.
Yeah.
But their cocktails are really good, and they're not all bourbon and whiskey. I like bourbon and whiskey on occasion, but not all the time. So it was the fact that I was able to get a margarita was really nice.
I think I want to try the Polite Punch when we're there next. The light rum, whiskey, passion fruit, lime, and bitters.
Yeah,
that sounds really,
right up your alley.
really good. And I actually kind of think the sweet tea old fashioned sounds really good because I love old fashions, and I just think that one would be a really good one.
Yeah.
But like I said, the cool thing that I love about them is that they just don't do, like, they have a rum and Coke, and you would think, okay, that's Jack Daniel's Coke.
Right.
No, they actually have a good quality rum that they use. It's not, or I'm sorry, not Jack Daniel's as a Jack and Coke, but like a rum and Coke would be like your Captain Morgan or something normally. Yeah. But they actually use like a really good local one, which I think is really cool. So if you guys are ever down there, please check out the Polite Pig.
Check out all three.
Well, yeah.
You know, we recommend all three. We really enjoyed all three. They all offer something completely different. If you have time, do all three. Yeah.
And then, like I said, pay attention to our Instagram accounts, Explore the Mouse, and also our individual ones. I'll be going live on the Explore the Mouse Instagram. So if you guys follow us, just kind of pay attention to that because we'll go live when we're at Disney. And while I'm there, like when we stop at Polite Pig, I'll take some pictures and we'll put them up.
Yeah, we'll share pretty much everywhere we go. Unless I get sick of Eric, we'll share everything that we order. We'll share how much it is and our recommendations. Like, hey, maybe next time try and split this to save a little money or whatever. We'll kind of try and give you a little bit of tips and stuff.
Yeah. And go follow all these places, except the Daily Poutine. I don't think they have any social media, but go follow D-Luxe Burger and also go find or follow the Polite Pig. Polite Pig is actually really active on social media all the time, so go check them out. They always have good new stuff coming up, and that's pretty much where we're at.
Yeah.
We will
definitely have to do a couple more episodes where we talk about 2 or 3 places at once, because I think we've tried almost everything in Disney Springs at this point.
Except the newest ones that just opened that we haven't been to yet, but for the most part, which is a Haleo and...
and we haven't been to Chicken Guy either.
Which
that's been on my list. We just haven't done it.
It is going to be on this one because, we were going to do Chicken Guy last time, but we ran into Blaze and we're like, ooh, what's this? So we went to Blaze
No, we went
Pizza.
to Blaze like 3 times last time we were there. That's why.
That's true. Okay. Sorry,
anyways, we'll try and do a couple episodes here and there, maybe to break things up as well. And we'll just do a little bit of a review on different restaurants, 2 or 3 at a time.
So there it is.
Okay.
So, pay attention to us when we go on Instagram, and also check us out, like I said, explorethemouse.com/podcast schedule, where you can see everything coming up through the end of May.
Yep.
And that'll be about it. So we want to thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you again very soon.
See you next, guys.
Bye-bye.
Next, guys. See you next week, guys.
Oh, man, it's time to go.
Out.
Bye.
See you next week, guys.
Thank you for listening to Explore the Mouse podcast. We invite you to fill your week with everything Disney by checking us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Explore the Mouse. Also check us out at explorethemouse.com, where you can find amazing photos from our trips, our blogs, and information regarding upcoming episodes. Have a magical day, and we'll see you next week.